See you later, Poco. Maybe it's time for a little break in this travel montage. I got a call about a week ago that they finally got the parts in for my bike. I think it was April 26th, 27th, something like that, when I left the bike in Oregon. And it's now June 2nd, and I'm heading to the airport. Gonna go Seattle, Boise, Ontario, Oregon, spend the night, get the bike in the morning, and start heading home. So let's see how that all goes. Glad to be able to finally finish this trip and draw that last couple little colorful lines on the map, and we'll be done. Cool. Well, does this look familiar? This is that grubby old field that I was walking around in the last time I was in Ontario. A train, a SkyTrain, a plane, and an Uber. And I am now here, arrived 20 minutes after the motorcycle shop closed. So, which I figured I would be after they closed. It just hurts that it was so close. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till 9 o'clock tomorrow morning when they open up and pick up my bike. And then I can hit the road. Motel 6 in Ontario, Oregon. Home sweet home. Well, there it is behind me. It seems to be working. Had a quick look at it, and everything seems to be, to my mechanical knowledge, everything seems to be okay. So I'm gonna go ride it around town once I get geared up. The important thing, look at my gear. It's not all moldy or anything. So yeah, I think I'm good to go. This is Baker City, Oregon. It's right around this little town. Big church. Oh, almost had my first sneeze inside my motorcycle helmet. I think, yeah, I'm on Church Street, which makes perfect sense since I just rode between that church that we just saw and this church here. Must be kind of a churchy town. Nice old buildings here. There are some snow-capped mountains up ahead here, so I don't know if I'm heading into what is a more mountainous area or not. Probably if I was using a paper map, I would know that kind of thing before I got to it, but Google Maps doesn't tell me these things, so sometimes it's a bit of a surprise if I'm heading into an area where there might be higher elevation. Yeah, there's some mountains. I don't know if the camera's on the wrong side of the bike to see that or not, but sometimes I'm driving with the camera like this. I gotta swerve that way so you can see things on the right-hand side. Oh, look at Baker City has a duck crossing sign. Ducks crossing. Sweet. Both sweet and sweet. Doesn't seem to be much going on in Baker. Oh, there's people with goats. It's the goat kid. Wheelbarrow kid. Alright. That's Baker City. This is the Blue Mountain, Oregon Scenic Byway or something like that. So it's been a pretty incredible ride. Had to keep myself from swearing right there.
I'm driving down the highway and I look over to the right and I see this tree farm. And it's crazy to drive past all these trees, exactly the same height, exactly the same thickness, spaced apart, all in even rows. And it looks a little bit like this. Check that out. Check this out. You can't see past my big head, but you walk to the next row, it looks the same. You walk to the next row, it still looks the same. I read on the internet trying to find out what kind of trees they are, although I think it's, I don't know, I've always called it cottonwood, but I don't know. It's the ones that make all this fluffy stuff that floats around and gives me super bad allergies. So it's not the best spot for me for that. But anyways, the internet didn't seem to help me with what kind of trees they are, but it had a funny thing written in it about this actual farm saying that it's like the Matrix. It's like that scene in the Matrix where Neo says, I need guns, lots of them. And it said, this is what it would look like if he'd said, I need trees, lots of them. Oh, I hope you guys can see this, because this is pretty interesting. There's little mounds out there. Well, they're pretty big, but they're off in the distance, and they go as far as I can see to the horizon. And each one of those is a bunker where they store chemical weapons from World War II. It literally goes to the horizon from what I can see. It's just a giant field with one mound after the other. Umatilla, what's it called? Umatilla Army Depot, I think, in Oregon. So yeah, I don't know, I've been driving maybe 5 minutes kind of around this army base, and they're just there everywhere you go. As you're driving along, you look over and there's these mounds full of World War II chemical weapons, sarin gas, mustard gas, and apparently it's 12% of the US's chemical weapons that they have in storage here. So a little bit crazy too, but I found this, what's maybe a better view of the Umatilla Army Depot. See those giant bunkers out there? So I just entered Washington State, no sign, sorry. I know you all look forward to that. But a couple minutes in and got to my next location, which I didn't even realize was gonna be in Washington State. But that's it behind me, the Twin Sisters. Slow going, it is very hot, 32 degrees. I have made it to Richland, Washington, and hopefully everything seems to be okay. I don't know if I'm just paranoid, but I felt like I was hearing a noise coming from the engine that I just don't usually hear. But it could just be that I'm paying closer attention. Who knows? But hopefully everything's okay. I had a look at the bike and I can't see anything. The chain looks okay, clutch looks okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow.